and welcome to Barcelona, Spain. Sailing is about to get very serious. From today, every team has to strive for perfection on the water. Mistakes are going to be costly. If you're at the bottom of the points table by the end of the round robin, you and your team will be spectators for the remainder of the regatta. This is how the double round robin works. Every team races each other twice. At the end of the round robins, Emirates Team New Zealand advance to the match, and the bottom placed team is eliminated. In the semi-finals, the team at the top of the leaderboard gets to choose their opponent from the other 3 remaining challengers, first to 5 wins. Then it's on to the Louis Vuitton Cup final. The team that wins the 1st to 7 series will go head-to-head against the defender, Emirates Team New Zealand, in the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup match. 1st to 7 race wins will get to hold the old mug aloft. So, who wants it most? Let's head to the water for the first of today's 4 races. It's a European showdown. France's Orient Express Racing against Switzerland's Alinghi Red Bull Racing. Orient Express are in, and now in comes Alinghi Red Bull Racing. How aggressive are they going to be?
It's all going to be about staying on the foils here in this pre-start. Absolutely critical to keep the boat going fast. You know, 35, 40 knots. The faster you go, the more airflow you have around the sail. So really important to keep the boat going fast here, Shirley.
Too risky to be aggressive, don't you think? I mean, just really keep it simple. Pick your moment to jibe back around, and we can see them using the whole length of the box there.
Yep, the dirty air coming off the sails of the boat there. You have to be really careful not to sail back through that dirty air if you can avoid it. Even sailing back to your own dirty air, big penalty.
Alinghi Red Bull Racing choosing to lead back to that start line.
Inside the last 60 seconds of the opening race.
Aggressive manoeuvre by Orient Express Racing.
30 seconds and counting.
Time on distance here.
15. Open for the committee. 10, 9, 8, 7, 8, racing. 5, passion. 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's a go. We are racing in race 1 of the Louis Vuitton Cup, and now it's the point of no return for all 5 challengers. Who's got the fastest boat? Who will challenge Emirates Team New Zealand? It's a long way to go, and it starts now.
What a great start by both boats. I did not expect France to be so aggressive, and they pushed Alinghi all the way back.
Super, super great job. Orient Express Racing team there, right on the line, at speed, leading the race now by close to 70 metres. Oh, fantastic tack there by both boats in these light air conditions, and the lead now extending out to 150 metres. Covering tack there by Orient Express Racing, putting Alinghi on the back foot, having to tack away and keep their air clear in these light air conditions. Extending their lead all the time, so sailing the boat really well. You can see Alinghi Red Bull Racing there. They will be right in the dirty air there of Orient Express Racing, so difficult to pull off manoeuvres in slight air, and Orient Express Racing doing a brilliant job of sailing the boat cleanly.
Everybody has been waiting to see this boat and this team sail what they like to call sail efficiently, and how dangerous they can be to the rest of this fleet, the other 4 challengers. Well, early in this race, and very early, they're making a wee statement. We can fly this boat beautifully. Boy, what a start by Orient Express.
And if you're Orient Express, you're going to take a lot of confidence from this. Obviously, they've got the same package as Emirates Team New Zealand. They're extending. Lining up for one jibe and into the right-hand mark, looking down the course. Protecting, I mean, I would think that they would protect that left-hand side. It served them well on the last upwind.
Orient Express Racing continue to lead Alinghi Red Bull Racing in race 1 of the Louis Vuitton Cup. Alinghi Red Bull Racing made some gains on the downward leg as Orient Express go around that mark, followed in much closer now by Alinghi Red Bull Racing.
Definitely snakes and ladders here with pressure related, so I think that gain to Orient Express Racing there, largely pressure related. That little bit more breeze out that left-hand side of the course, and we've seen a little gain to them.
You've got to be happy if you're Orient Express. I mean, they pretty much thought they had a fast boat. They just needed to learn how to sail it, and today they are demonstrating that.
Orient Express Racing were the last team to receive their boat. They've been on a development profile that has been near vertical, and they've just thrown their first punch in the Louis Vuitton Cup. They win race 1 of the Louis Vuitton Cup Challenger Selection Series. So the dark horse of the America's Cup has a bolter and takes out the first win in the opening race of the Louis Vuitton Challenger Selection Series.
It's just the first match, but honestly, it's an unbelievable feeling for this team.
Up next, Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli takes on the defender, Emirates Team New Zealand.
Yep. Bye, guys. 2, 1, 4 now. Switch up. He's up. You can move it a bit down. Takehouse is good.
Jimmy Spittle steering Luna Rossa, heading back to the start. Still a lot of time to go.
Just on low, okay? Actually, they've got low boat now on numbers here. They might come back right.
The Kiwi team have hitched up high.
I think if it comes back right, that will be boat nice. So just what's the wind look like?
They'll be wanting to stay up high here for a late push on the Italians, so stand by for a big charge of the system here and a late push.
Could get air in about 10, I think. Yeah, they're definitely not I think we have almost racing line, okay? Only 6 to kill. They will charge at us 3 to kill, almost racing here, okay? I think it's going to go. Yeah, I agree with
Only a few seconds to lose here. Luna Rossa waiting for the Kiwis to attack.
We have still a little bit to kill. Happy to wait? Okay, happy to go now. There you go. Racing phase, 4-9. Good timing.
Inside the last 10 seconds, 2 of the slickest teams to go racing are about to fight it out in race 2. And they're both good to go. Race 2, Louis Vuitton Cup in Barcelona.
See a super even start there, both teams. Slightly different approach, not wanting to engage, but Italians in a squeeze mode here, trying to close the gauge there with Emirates Team New Zealand.
How's it look on the right boundary? Over the line. Let's keep BMG good here. Doing well.
The voice of Nathan Outridge, port helm with Emirates Team New Zealand.
And 5, 3, 2, 1, point down. Nice placement.
It's so hard to live there, Glenn. We saw them getting closer and closer together.
I'm open pressure, I think.
I think Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli just charging the batteries a little more, accelerating, getting over speed in that pre-start, and actually hitting the line with just a little more pace, which has transpired into a little gain there as we tack across to the right-hand side of the course.
Breeze-wise, it looks a lot more even than it did earlier. So I don't think it's as strong on the left as it was, but first cross coming up.
Decision time for Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli right now.
Continuing. It's a good one in 15 on the bow, I think, Andy.
I think you go all the way today for now.
I'll keep watching on Tracy. It's already there, Pete.
It's a nice placement.
Just at the moment.
Right of way boat is Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. Possibly a left turn lay for Luna Rossa. Emirates Team New Zealand having to tack.
Happy to go straight if they don't tack. No rush.
It is everything you expect from two of the big dogs in the regatta. A close tussle. Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli going around that left mark, as you said, to complete the top leg, the upward leg, and they'll be closely followed by Emirates Team New Zealand.
All the way down here. As we are out of base.
Should tow away. Yep, towing away here.
Hey, Jibe.
Emirates Team New Zealand, though, made a gain on that right-hand side. Nothing in it now.
This looks quite good front to me.
Fantastic race here.
Right of way boat, Luna Rossa.
No boats having to change course there. Absolute fantastic race. All about the pressure coming into the bottom sector of this course here now.
Now this variety will be here on the upwind.
Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli continue to lead Emirates Team New Zealand in race 2 of the Louis Vuitton Cup, but there is nothing in it. The Italian boat goes around. Around goes Emirates Team New Zealand, the defender.
Yeah, it does look good a little further. We can protect the right if you want.
Decision time, Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli.
3, 2, 1, more down.
They've gone. Bots, little high mode here. A wheel. Windward here. There's better breeze in 5, quite a helly one.
-1.
He's holding, so just...
Yeah, high mode here.
Coming up on it, mate.
Very, very difficult position for Emirates Team New Zealand to hang here. They have made a gain with their extra speed, as the speed's equal.
They've got him now, mate. Close to lane.
We'll see.
Down, dimension their turn in, slow.
Your wheel, mate. The high mode after the tack.
High mode on exit, please. And button.
Oh, fantastic race here. Both boats. Now the back foot is Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli. Big gains there around the bow.
Lead change. Lead change. How good is this?
Yeah, huge move there in that tack. Massive, massive high slow mode there. Emirates Team New Zealand really shutting down Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli as they come into the top part of the course here.
A huge squeeze by the Kiwis. Luna Rossa had no chance, did he, to accelerate?
As we head towards the top gate to complete the halfway mark, we've had a lead change. Beautifully done by Emirates Team New Zealand. They now lead Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli in race 2 of the Louis Vuitton Cup.
Yeah, set move. I was really impressed that Emirates Team New Zealand could survive thin on the hip when Luna Rossa tacked to leeward. And you could hear on board coming off the comms, they went into a mode change. They went into that high, lower speed, but high mode, and that was what set up that lead change. So New Zealand there just showing that they've got a few gears in the toolbox.
But the defender has thrown a little jab into the face of Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli. If you want to beat us, well, this is what you got to do. And they get the win, followed in closely by Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli.
We were quite happy the way we held them out there, and then they got a bit more advantage than we thought, so it crossed us quite comfortably. But then, you know, the way we just held in there instead of doing what we did against American Magic in the prelims was, you know, really pleasing for the group, and took that opportunity to win it ours.
Coming up, the challenger of record, Ineos Britannia, takes on American Magic. And then the French and Italians head to the start box for the final race of the day. Welcome back. The practice is over and the race for survival has begun. The Louis Vuitton Challenger Selection Series will reveal which of the 5 challengers is the strongest, and more importantly, who will be eliminated. Let's head to the start box for the 3rd race of the day. It's Ineos Britannia against American Magic.
I
American Magic really late here. They were slow in their previous jibe, and I think that's really put them on the back foot here for entry.
Back the other way pretty soon.
We have already said at these crucial moments heading into this Challenger Selection Series, you cannot make a mistake, and they're off the foils.
American Magic disaster coming off the foil. There will be a sitting duck there for Ineos Britannia.
Quite left at the moment, so towards the pin's good.
American Magic here in real big trouble in this race.
25, 12, 11.
Ineos Britannia timing their time on distance to perfection in race number 3 of the Louis Vuitton Cup. They're going to get a clean run at this point to the top mark, and they are away, and American Magic is just getting up on the foils.
Restart penalty, USA restart penalty.
Umpire Richard Slater there coming in. American Magic will have to jibe and restart the race. They were over the line way too early there and will have to come back, and big deficit to make up there for American Magic. You'll see their penalty come off as soon as they swing the bow back up and touch that imaginary line. That penalty will come off, and they will start the race with a huge deficit there to Ineos Britannia, who, if it is getting a bit lighter again, surely will have to remain on the foils themselves.
Looks okay at boundary here.
That start box mistake gifted Ineos Britannia a huge lead, but the Americans weren't about to give up without a fight.
Little gains, Shirley, over the last sort of couple of minutes there to American Magic. Possibly pressure related, but as we said before, snakes and ladders with the breeze coming down the course at the moment, so both teams having their turns of gains and losses.
You know, for the problems that American Magic have had with touchdown at the beginning, a semi-touchdown at the top of that second windward beat, I think they'll be pretty happy. They won't be happy about getting beaten, but they'll be happy with the performance of the boat.
Massive cambers there. BMG here. Big gains for the Americans here.
Nice pressure, so it should get to us. Like one and into the finish at the moment. Already pressed me.
Speed's equaling there. The British starting to sail into the similar pressure band that's coming down the course that the Americans are in. Big gains still to the Americans. They're in a really, really good puff there.
Ineos a lot higher. The Americans on rails towards the finish.
Both boats having to do one jibe to the finish.
How's this for a finish? How is this for a finish?
Considering where American Magic were after the start, definitely done a good job to get back in the game, but Ineos Britannia just need to execute this jibe.
A sniff of a crazy finish, but it will be Ineos Britannia to get across that line first in race number 3 and pick up the most valuable thing, a point in the quest for the Louis Vuitton Cup final. The Challenger record gets the job done. Closely followed by a storming American Magic.
Yeah, I have to say the Americans did a good job getting back into the race, so there's plenty we'll be going away looking at how we can improve, but, you know, great effort from the team.
Up next, our 4th and final race of the day. Orient Express Racing take on Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli.
Both boats on J1 jibs, so the biggest jibs they can put on for power, as we saw the breeze dropping.
Real test for Pepin and Content de la Pierre up against Spittle and Bruni.
He's got to go through the gas there, so
Stand by tank, boys.
Quite early, Orient Express Racing here, so the Italians will tack and look to get a really good wind-up of speed here to get a big speed differential or put the French on the back foot.
Good positioning from the Italian unit. They can pick when they go and whether to attack or not. Orient Express slow.
Yep, sailing back through the dirty air there, Orient Express Racing, so just digging the boat out of a hole there. Time on distance for Orient Express Racing. I've got Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli very strong with a big speed differential coming here. We'll put the pressure on Orient Express Racing.
The door is open for Luna Rossa.
Under 10 seconds to go for the start of race 4 and the Louis Vuitton Cup. It's going to be close to the line. And we are away. Orient Express Racing, Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. Race 4, Louis Vuitton Cup.
It didn't look pretty for Orient Express for a while, losing speed, but in the end, fantastic start from both teams.
Yeah, both teams getting off the line there. Orient Express just staying on the foils and re-digging themselves out of the hole, and they're in the race. Fantastic. This is where the pain for Orient Express Racing will start to be felt as they really struggle there to live off the hip of Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli.
Oh, look at the bleed for Orient Express. Nearly 200 metres now. They'd nowhere to go. Only option back into the boundary and slow.
Really tough position for Orient Express Racing there. Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli doing a really nice job just landing right on top of them on that tack on the exit of the boundary. And these twin skin mainsails exiting in light air absolutely bend the air and chop it up for the boat behind. So you're probably paying a 15 or 20% penalty in thrust if you're the boat behind. So basically getting a face full of dust and dirt as you try and exit the boundary there. So only options really to hang in there and then try and get some clear air heading back out away to put a new tear off, new set of goggles on, whatever it takes to get a fresh breath of air, surely.
Big trav up, kick, okay, careful.
Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli, as you heard Jimmy Spittle say, one and in, and they're into the bottom gate. Heading towards that right-hand mark as you see it. Have Orient Express Racing made any gains downwind?
Orient Express Racing, little mainsail issue here, not getting the mast rotation through. Something not quite right on board Orient Express Racing here. The sail hasn't gone through. They're going to struggle. Oh, just getting around there. Looked like a little issue there on board Orient Express Racing. Oh, lost the rudder. Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli, big trouble.
I'm reconnected almost.
Oh, still, the rudder's still gone there. You can see the plume of water out the back.
Lower on ride height, guys.
Still lost the rudder there. The guy's still in trouble here.
Put the rudder on the water a little bit. Yeah, got it back.
Okay,
Nice.
Reattach flow there. That was a big moment for Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli there.
Sorry, guys.
So just getting too high in the jibe, full ventilation there.
Hey guys, looking like one and in right at the moment.
Big scare for Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli.
Race 4 of the Louis Vuitton Cup opening day, and Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli getting exactly what they want, the win and the 1 point going into day 2.
Past the spectator fleet and yeah, good job guys. That was not easy.
Yeah, it's good to get a win on the board where it was, you know, the French are very dangerous in those conditions. We saw them beat the Swiss earlier on. And yeah, we're glad to take the win given how light and how well they were sailing.
So the battle to avoid elimination has begun. At the end of day one in the Louis Vuitton Challenger Selection Series, the French, Kiwis, Brits and Italians record wins. American Magic and Alinghi Red Bull Racing slipped to the bottom of the leaderboard and that dreaded last place. But this series is far from over. There's plenty more sailing to come, and we'll be back tomorrow with more high-speed drama.